Jesus Christ, I should have said this in the beginning. I'm gonna have to edit this and put this in the beginning. This is number one. Before your dog is having puppies, days, weeks before, if your dog is pregnant for sure, and you're gonna do a natural birth, you wanna make sure you have, ooh, family, what's going on, baby? It's Fetty G with SSK Kennels. Hey, listen, again, y'all go hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, family. This video, I'm finna go over a checklist of things you wanna have before your female dog is about to have puppies. I'm sorry. This is before she's about to have puppies. This is your checklist. All the supplies that you should want to have before your dog is about to have puppies. So, first I want to say shout out to Jackie. Jackie and her family is about to have their first litter of puppies. And I want to say congratulations. She all requested that I do this video. So shout out to Jackie and your family. Jackie! Good luck on them puppies. But, so, first thing first, before your dog even have puppies, you want to start checking her temperature, right? Let's just say the dog is pregnant. We're going to skip breeding. We're going to go straight to she's pregnant. She's at around day 45, day 50, somewhere in there. You want to start checking her temperature. You could get a little thermometer reader from CVS, dollar store. It don't need to be no fancy, crazy thermometer. Just a regular cheap old thermometer to check temperature with. You get it from Walmart. All of these supplies that I'm gonna say, I'm gonna put a picture of it on the screen. A normal dog temperature is roughly around 100, 101 degrees. When a dog is about to get close to having puppies, her temperature will start to drop. So you'll see it starting to drop down into like 100, then 99.9, 99.8, 99.5, right? At this stage, you close to having puppies, so you want to keep checking her temperature. The reason I say check her temperature around day 45 all the way until she have puppies, so that way you can gauge your dog's normal temperature. You get what I'm saying? If you wait to the last minute, her temperature is going to be bouncing around, so you want to start early. So start on day 45, check once a day. As you get closer, you increase how many times a day you check. Once you get to day 50, maybe you check twice a day. Once you get to day 55, you check 3 times a day. You need to be documenting her temperature to keep up with what's her temperature, so that way you have a record to look back and say, okay, this is where her temperature usually is, and now boom. When a dog get 48 to 24 hours away from having puppies, her temperature is going to drop. Now, sometimes I have seen where a dog temperature come down to 99.3, 99.2, and then spike and go to like 102, could sometimes touch 103. That spike, I don't know why it do that, but I've seen it multiple times. It'll spike and then it'll come back down hard. When you get to like 99.5 and under consistently, you could be close to having pups within 72 to 48 hours. Once your dog temperature drops below 99, I mean 99.9, 99.8, you are now in a 24 to 48 hour window of having puppies. So somewhere in there. Some of the signs your dog is going in labor, she won't want to eat. This is a tricky one though, because not eating, some dogs won't eat. I've had dogs that eat 2 hours before they have puppies. You get what I'm saying? So all dogs are different, but for the most part, some dogs won't want to eat their food. Mix up some type of chicken or something that they really would entice them to eat. See if they'll eat it. If they don't want to eat it, you close to having puppies. That's first sign. Second sign, temperature, which we already spoke about. Third sign is petting, like when a dog is like, right? That is signs of you getting close to having puppies. Now she's starting nesting. She's trying to find somewhere to dig and scratch. She might go under the couch or under the cages or somewhere. She want to find a tight, small spot to have puppies. When you see her doing that, you under 24 hours of having puppies. You at 12 hours or less, you should be having puppies. Once you see her start nesting like crazy, she not eating, she breathing real heavy, her breathing has increased dramatically, you in 12 hours of having puppies. So also want to have your dog set up where you're going to have puppies at a week or two before she have puppies, so she can get comfortable with that environment. So now let's say boom, your dog is about to start having puppies. Some of the things you want to have, you want to make sure you have, of course y'all want a thermometer. You're checking temperature, right? So keep the thermometer in mind. you want to have Vaseline, and you want gloves, regular old latex gloves. You don't need nothing fancy. I don't like the gloves that you put on and it got that powder on it when you take it off your hand. I don't like that because you might have to change your gloves out, and now you got that powdery stuff all on your hand, and now it might be harder to slide into the other gloves. So I just use regular old gloves that, you get what I'm saying? Regular gloves, family. Don't make this complicated. Super easy. Regular gloves and Vaseline. The Vaseline is for, let's say she start having puppies and she's struggling to push out a puppy. Like, you kind of see it coming out, but it's not fully there. What you could do is you get you a big old glob of that Vaseline, you scoop it up on your fingers, and you're gonna go inside of her vagina, and you're gonna make a circular motion around that puppy as deep as you can. Be careful, don't go hard, don't, take your time. And what that's gonna do is kind of lubricate her walls. A lot of times dogs, some dogs, when they had the first puppy, most of the times the first puppy die because they struggling with pushing that puppy out. That first puppy kind of open the walls up and get everything flowing for the other puppies to come. Some dogs, they don't have no problems. They push out the first, second, third, fourth, and all the puppies fine. So that's what the Vaseline is for, family. You want to make sure you have disinfectant wipes to clean off different areas and wipe everything down as you're going, right? Again, don't try to do too much cleaning when she having the puppies, but you also don't want things to get too messy. You get what I'm saying? Also, I don't like when my dog is having puppies, I don't use blankets, I don't use sheets, I don't use towels, because puppies can get wrapped up in them and suffocate. So I don't use that. Try to avoid using that. Try to use carpet, something with a real flat surface that's hard to get balled up. Like, not like a blanket or towel or stuff like that. Also, if you're gonna have a whelping box, if you don't have a whelping box, get you one of those little kiddie pools. They come in handy. Get a kiddie pool. You want to try to keep all of this stuff contained in one area, because it's going to be a lot of blood, it's going to be a lot of fluids. So you want to try to keep all of this stuff in one area. You want to have a heating pad or heat lamp. Usually I try to keep where my puppy's at, that area, I try to keep it around like 79 degrees, somewhere in there, between like 78 and 81 degrees. I try to keep the temperature somewhere in there. It's a real even temperature for the mom and for the puppies. You do not want puppies to get cold, family. Once a puppy get cold, you could almost say that puppy done. Unless you really know what you're doing, and depending on how fast you catch it, it's hard to bring a cold puppy back, because a lot of people try to warm up puppies from the outside in. When you got puppies that's newborn, you want to warm them up from the outside, from the inside out. So you want to start getting warm fluids into them. So it's really hard. Try your best to make sure your puppies don't get cold. Another reason I don't like towels, because when they get full of blood and full of the fluids, what happens? The towels get cold, and then your puppies get cold, and our puppies could die. So try to stay away from that. Try to clean up as much as you can as you go, okay? So you want a heating pad, a heating lamp. That's gonna help maintain the temperature at where you at. While she having them, try not to have the heat lamp too close to her, because it'll help tire her out faster. She's already going through a lot with pushing out all these puppies, so you want to avoid the heat lamp. If you could have just a spot in the yard or in the barn or in the house, wherever she's gonna have her puppies, you want to try to keep that temperature in that range between 78 and 81 as best as you can. Now, once the puppies are a day old, you know, you could go ahead and cut on your heat lamp, but again, you don't want it too close to her and the puppies, because it'll tire her out. I got a little tool, y'all, because I used to do HVAC. I'm HVAC certified, so I used to do HVAC. There's a tool. I'll see if I can't find mine and take a picture of it, I'll try to find it online and take a picture or screenshot it and put it on here. But what you could do is, they have this tool, and we used to use in HVAC. You press it, it got a beam on it, a laser, and whatever you point it at, it tells you the temperature of it. So I have one. I point it in my whelping box, and that helps me gauge what my temperature is inside my whelping box. So super important that you maintain the temperature in the environment or in the whelping box or your kiddie pool where your puppy's at. Vitally important, y'all. Put a star next to that one. We already went over Vaseline, heat lamp, and that, right? You want to have string, some type of umbilical clamps, or you could use dental floss. You know how people floss their teeth? You can use those. And what that's for is to tie off the umbilical cords when the puppies are coming out. Most of the time, the mama gonna eat them and shred them with her teeth, right? But if the mom is having a hard time, if she too tired to do it, now you got to get in there and help out, clean puppies up, get that fluid out of their nose, out of their lungs, cut umbilical cord. So let's just say this is the puppy, right? And then the umbilical cord is here. When you tie off that umbilical cord, you want it to be as close to the puppy as you can don't tie the stomach up, but as close to the puppy. Once you tie it, you're gonna cut the opposite side of the puppy. So when you cut it, the string should still be attached to the puppy and the umbilical cord. Don't cut the side of the puppy, cut the side of the mom. So this is the puppy, this is the umbilical cord, you tie it, and then you cut this side, okay? So that's what the string or the dental floss or the umbilical clamps are for. They have umbilical clamps. My vet would use pink and blue clamps. So that way, if it's a boy, he'll clamp it off with a blue one. If it's a girl, he'll clamp it off with a pink one. That'll let me know what's boy, what's girl. Right? Another thing, remember y'all, it's gonna be a lot of blood, a lot of fluid. So you want paper towels, paper towels, paper towels. You can use towels, but that's only for your purposes of cleaning those puppies. Don't leave those towels in there with the puppies. I wouldn't recommend it. Paper towels, try to get you a thick brand of paper towels, and you want to be cleaning those puppies up as much as you can. When they come out, if the mom is taking her time cleaning them and they still in the sack, don't be afraid to go ahead, get in there and get your hands dirty and get those puppies cleaned up, get that fluid out of them as quick as you can. Because what can happen is they can drown or suffocate by having that fluid in their lungs and in you get what I'm saying, in their nose for too long. And they cause them to die. Remember, the umbilical cord not attached anymore. So you want to make sure you get that fluid out of them as soon as you can, right, family? And those paper towels are going to come in handy. You want to clean these puppies up. I got some puppies in the house. I'll get one and show y'all. It looks crazy. It looks like you hurting the puppy, but you're not. I've done this hundreds of times, and it saved puppy's life. You kind of hold the puppy. Like, say this is the head of the puppy, you kind of hold the puppy over the head and underneath the chin, and you want to swing downward with the puppy, right? Hold the puppy good, because it'll slip out your hand now. Hold the puppy good, but the nose, like you want to grab it here and under here, and you want to have, remember, gravity goes down, so you want to hold that puppy downward, and you want to swing that puppy down towards the ground, and what that does is it helps get that fluid out of there. If you don't have to do it, don't do it. But if you got a puppy that's struggling to breathe and it's choking and stuff, get that. Don't be afraid to get in there and get them fluids out. Also, you can use a one of those little suction things that you use for babies, like when their noses. I'll put a picture of it on the screen, but you can use that. Those help really well, they do. But if you have to, sometimes you're gonna have to get in there and do that. I'm telling you, it worked. It sounds crazy, but it worked. I think they call nasal suctions, right? Now, you also want to make sure you have bottles. What if your mama dog not producing milk? What if you got so many puppies, it's hard to make sure everybody feed? You want to make sure you can get in there and feed these puppies yourself. So you want to make sure you got bottles with nipples. I done a video, and I'll do a video separate where I use what's called like these little makeup pads. And you put it on the end of a syringe, and that makeup pad holds the milk. So the only way the milk come out is if the puppy suck. Sometimes with a bottle, when you have a puppy and it's drinking the bottle, sometimes the hole could be too big, and even when the puppy not sucking, the milk is still coming out, and it can cause the puppy to aspirate. Too much fluids is going down at one time, cause the puppy to aspirate. So you got to be real cautious about that. Quick, just pause. Just to throw this part in, remember y'all, puppies don't know how to make themselves poop and pee. That's why you see the mama dog constantly licking on them, because that's called stimulating the puppy. She licking on their butt and on their private area. So if your mama dog not doing a good job, you want to get in there with baby wipes, a wet, warm paper towel, and you want to wipe the butt area right, of the puppy. You want to keep wiping it, and you want to wipe the private area. That's gonna help that's gonna make the puppy poop and pee. If you are bottle feeding or tube feeding, you want to make sure that you are stimulating these puppies. After you feed each puppy, you want to stimulate that puppy to make sure it poops and pees. If it does not poop and pee, that's not good. You want to make sure your puppy poop and pee after it eats. It'll do it right after it eat. You just stimulate that puppy, you'll see pee start dripping. You can also use cotton balls. Get you a little warm water, dip it in the cotton ball, and wipe the puppy area with it, the butt and the private part. If you wiping it with it and it poop on it, throw that one down, get a new one. Use another one. Use as many as you can. So I got a bag of cotton balls in the house, paper towels, syringes, those makeup pads I'm telling y'all about. A bunch of them. I keep those things on hand. You want some type of goat milk or puppy milk, like some type of formula to mix up. Hustle. Hush. You want some type of formula to mix up so that way you can feed your puppies. Now this part is kind of, I would just say do your homework. I don't want to recommend what to feed your puppy. In the past, I've used like canned goat milk, the powder form, and I've also put like egg in it and K-Rose syrup. K-Rose syrup is high in calories. And then they got this colostrum supplement that I add in it. Shake it up, warm it up, shake it up real good. If you're gonna use K-Rose syrup, again, I'm not recommending nobody use it. I'm just sharing with y'all what I do. Don't warm up the milk with the K-Rose syrup in it. Warm up the milk separately and then pour the K-Rose syrup in it and shake it up. Don't warm it up. Don't use a lot because you don't want to reuse that, right? If you're gonna use K-Rose syrup, whatever you don't use, throw it out. Because now you got to warm it back up later, and you don't want to warm it up with the K-Rose syrup in it. So keep that in mind. Also, if you can avoid using the microwave, try to get like your pot with some hot water, drop the bottle in it, let it warm up, right? That'll help. This gel right here you're gonna need. This is called Nursemate gel. I get this off Amazon. Well, my vet give me this, but you can also get it off Amazon. It's called Nursemate. It comes from Revival Animal Health. They also have another kind that you would use at Tractor Supply. I'll put a picture of that on the screen. It works really good. I love this one way, 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 way better because it is super jelly. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's super jelly-like. And what it does is, oh, god damn it, shit. I'm sorry, family. What it does is, it's much easier for the puppies to eat it. The other one at Tractor Supply, it works good, but it's thick, and it's harder for the puppies to swallow it. So that's why I like using this one way, way better. Again, you can get it from Amazon. You can call Revival Animal Health. They have it. It's called Nursemate. Nursemate, family, ASAP. It works good. So what you want to do with that is, within the first, let's say your puppies are born. In the first 24 hours, you want to try to at least, this is what I do. I at least try to get, in the first 24 hours of those puppies being born, I try to get 4 milliliters in each puppy. If I got to do 1 milliliter at a time and break it up, but average way, this says you do 2 mLs at a time. But some puppies have a hard time getting down 2 milliliters. So I would just break it up. I would give 1 milliliter at 1 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock, give another one, 6 o'clock, give another one, 8 o'clock, give another one. Boom, I done got, each puppy is 4 milliliters. And on there, it tells you, it has numbers on it. So you would just screw this piece, right? You would screw it all the way to where it says 2 milliliters. Let me show y'all. Hold on, familito. Y'all hit that like button too, baby. You'll just screw it to 2 milliliters right there. And then that's how much you will push inside the puppy. It comes with this long tube because you're going to want to push it further in the back of their mouth. Push a little bit, let them get it down. Push a little bit, let them get it down. Push a little bit, let them get it down. And then I will put that puppy on the mom so that way it could drink milk and help wash that stuff down and not get caught inside the throat. So this is super important. Put a star next to this too. You want to have that. Okay, now if you also one of those people that like to keep up with which puppy came out first, what time the puppy came out, I used to do that. I don't do it no more. You can get those little colored collars. You can get them off Amazon, different colors. And as each puppy come out, you can put the little collar around their neck. It's like a Velcro collar. You can just wrap it around, Velcro it, cut it, and boom. That'll help you. If you want those, you can. Also, keep up with if your puppies are sold, which puppy is sold. If you got a bunch of puppies that look alike, that'll tell you, hey, blue collar sold, purple collar sold, green collar sold, pink. You get what I'm saying? Boom. You want to get a scale, family, a pen and a pad. You want to keep all of these things I'm telling y'all need to be close by where your puppies is at, where you having puppies at. You want to be weighing these puppies. So once the mama have all the puppies and you clean them up and they nursing, put each puppy on a scale, weigh them. So that way you know their weight. This is going to determine whether your puppies are growing. Because the next day you want to weigh them. They should have gained a little bit of weight. Then the next day you want to weigh them. And the next day you want to weigh them. If you weigh them and you see 2 puppies not gaining weight, you might want to step in and start tube feeding, bottle feeding, getting some type of supplements in these puppies to get them going. Or being more hands-on and making sure that they sucking. Because if you got big puppies and maybe it's 1 or 2 weak ones, they'll push that weak one out the way to get to the nipple, and now the weak puppy not getting enough milk. So sometimes you got to separate that one puppy from everybody else to make sure that puppy is sucking and getting enough milk. Listen, it is vitally important. That first, like, 2 to 3 days, that milk that the mama give off after she had the puppies, it's called colostrum, family. That is the highest and richest milk that the mama will give off throughout of feeding these puppies. You want to make sure these puppies are getting as much of that colostrum milk as they possibly can, especially if you got weak, smaller puppies. If you don't have to bottle feed and tube feed, don't do it. Mostly let them suck on the mom as much as you can. You want to make sure the mom is getting a lot of water and a lot of food because she got puppies sucking on her. So she eating for herself and she's also eating for them. So you want to make sure she has enough energy, she's hydrated enough to keep up and maintain these puppies. Vitally important, people. Keep pee pads. If your dog in the house, if she's laying down in the whelping box or in the kiddie pool with the puppies, put some pee pads around, because sometimes when they have puppies for the first day or 2, they might not want to come out of that room at all. They might just want to stay in there with their puppies. So they might just come out, pee on the floor or poop on the floor, and then get right back in there with their puppies. Some dogs, they don't mind going outside, but all dogs are different. So you want to put pee pads all the way around, just in case your dog was one of those dogs that don't. I've got dogs that I've picked up, brought outside to use the bathroom, and they just run to the front door and scratch at the door like, let me in with my babies. You get what I'm saying? So keep you some pee pads. And again, back to those disinfectant wipes. If it get on the floor, you want to clean the area up. Another important tip, if your dog is going outside to use the bathroom, you want to make sure you go get you some type of baby wipes, right? Baby wipes work great. And clean her nipples off after she pees. Because when she's dragging her nipples through the grass or through the dirt, she's picking up certain germs and bacteria, and she's bringing them back in the house, and the puppies are sucking on that. So after she goes outside to use the bathroom, go ahead and wipe her nipples off really good. If you can get your hands on some oxytocin, get you some oxytocin. This works great if your dog is having a C-section. If your dog is having a C-section, your vet should for sure give you some oxytocin to give your dog for the next few days. Because what that does is that helps her uterus contract and help push out all that blood and all of that fluids that's still inside of her. If you're not giving it to her, her uterus is not contracting as much as it should and pushing all of that stuff out of her. Again, you didn't do it natural, so she didn't push this stuff out. They cut her, took the puppies out. So try to get you some oxytocin. I won't give dosages. You speak with your vet about that, but try to get you some oxytocin and be giving your dog each day to help get that uterus to contract. And it also helps with milk production. Antibiotic hand wipes to clean your hands off. Maybe you touch something, now you don't want to touch your puppies. You want to make sure your hands as clean as possible as you can. Oh, Jesus Christ, I should have said this in the beginning. I'm going to have to edit this and put this in the beginning. This is number 1. Before your dog is having puppies, days, weeks before, if your dog is pregnant, for sure, and you're going to do a natural birth, you want to make sure you have an emergency contact vet. Because God forbid, if your dog start having puppies, this is super important right here, y'all. I've been in this situation, and you don't want to be here, family. That's why I give y'all this information, so y'all don't go through what I went through. Make sure days before, weeks before your dog had puppies, you already spoke with a vet. They understand your dog is having puppies. You want to make sure you get the vet contact number. What if it's 2 in the morning, your dog started running into complications? You want to make sure you could call that vet, get a hold of him, and get to the vet. Emergency vet bills is no joke, y'all. I'm talking $2,000, $2,500, $3,500, $4,500, $55,000, $6,500 for a vet bill. Emergency vet bill. So make sure you speak with a vet, because the last thing you want to do is your dog start having puppies. She run into complications. She's struggling. Things not going good, and now you got to walk away from her or start panicking and try to find a vet that could help you out in desperate need. So make sure your vet, if you can't have 2 emergency vets, have 2 emergency vets. Again, family, that is vitally, vitally important. Put 6 stars next to that one. Make sure you have a vet that you can call just in case things go left, all right? Usually dogs is pushing puppies out every 1 to 2 hours. Could sometimes be even 3 hours. You get what I'm saying? Another thing that will help, let's say your dog is having puppies, but she starts struggling. Try to get her up and walk her. I know this sounds crazy, but get her to walk. Make sure you keep a towel or something with you. Do laps around the backyard or something, or in the house. Do walk her around. Maybe not in the house, because blood gonna be dripping. You don't want blood on your floor. But walk her, do a few laps around the yard. What that does is that help loosen up those walls to help those puppies come on up out of there. You get what I'm saying? I've done it, and I've had a dog stop in the middle of the yard, start pushing, and a puppy fall out. So make sure you got a towel or something, catch that puppy, clean it up, and yabba dabba do back in the house. If you have an incubator, if you want to use an incubator, get an incubator. I've never ever used the incubator, family. I know plenty of people that have used it. I know plenty of people that got it. I've heard people tell me it's great. I've heard people tell me it's a piece of, you get what I'm saying? So I've never used it, so I can't speak on it too much. But an incubator just makes sure like your puppies, the temperature stays at a consistent level. And also they have like these oxygen pumps that you can connect to the incubator to flow a certain amount of oxygen into the puppies, okay? If you want that, get it. Cool. You want a quiet area, family. You want to make sure the area is super quiet and where you're going to have your puppies at. You don't want kids, music, TV real loud, because now it's distracting her from focusing on having puppies and taking care of her puppies. Another thing, also, your kiddie pool or your whelping box, put it somewhere in a corner. So let's say you got a wall here and a wall here. If you can have 3 walls, like to where the dog don't have to look this way, that way, or behind her, that's what you want to prevent, family. You don't want your dog looking all around because movement behind her, a noise behind her, a noise over here. You want her to be able to look in one direction and know that her and her puppies are safe. Because if she gets to turning and moving, now the chances of her squashing or laying or suffocating a puppy is greatly increased. So try to get it in a corner somewhere where she don't gotta do too much looking around. And make sure it's really quiet, family. Also, what I've recently been doing is putting on like meditation music, and I've seen it helped a whole lot. Like relax, calm meditation music. I've seen a huge difference, so I'll be doing that moving forward. Get this colostrum gel in them. Make sure you weighing them. Make sure they gaining weight. Make sure you cleaning those puppies. Do not use towels, blankets, sheets. I'm telling you, family. I've been there before and puppies died on me. So, I'm trying to think, did I miss anything, family? I hope this helped. Please, if this helped you, let me know in the comments below. Hey, Fetty, this was greatly appreciated. It helped me. Or anything. If I miss anything, y'all leave it in the comments and let me know. I love y'all. Again, Jackie, congratulations. Good luck on your litter of puppies. I hope all goes well. I hope I didn't upload this video too late. Family, I love y'all. Y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all y'all support. Y'all don't know I greatly appreciate it so much. So thank y'all. I love y'all. I'm out of here, baby.